Hey there, YouTube land, Big Dave here. I'm on the roll today. I'm covering a couple of topics. I'd like to spend a little more time with the classical saxophone. And I'd like to explain to you about my red box here. It has holes I drilled in the cover for air, of course. So in here, for tenor, and again, you know, the reason I talk about tenor a lot is because that's really my horn. That's what I play all the time. So I need to have everything available to me, what I need if I need to do a particular thing. Now, in this box, I have a lot of reeds that are of 4 different kinds, actually 5 different kinds. I have some 3.5 purple box or blue box Van Dorens. And, well, they're upside down. Yeah, there you go. But they're 3.5s. And I have some green 4 Javas. And I have some red 4 Javas. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to open these up and pour some more in right before your eyes. There was a couple left in this box. And then I have some 3.5 V16s. Same thing, I'm going to pour some more in here. And I just got some of these from somebody, so I didn't get the chance to add them to my box yet. And I have 3.5 V12s. And there's a few in here that we're going to add into the box, of course. So now we have a whole box full of reeds. I don't know how many reeds in here, but it's a lot. And I use sometimes a C star. Now, the reaction that some people have to the C star is they get all, you know, oh, I can't play that, it's too small, it's too close, it's too something. Well, I've been using this one a really long time. I used to play this in the theater when I did some of that stuff and some other things. I played some wind symphony stuff, wind ensemble, professional wind ensemble, and I use this a lot on my old Yamaha 62, which I used to play for a lot of classical. But I don't do that too much anymore. As a matter of fact, not too much at all, because you know, I haven't been in the union for a while, and I'm on to some other things. But I am preparing some recital material for later this year. And another thing that I've been liking is this Van Doren T4. Okay, now I don't use a rubber patch on my classical mouthpieces. Unlike on my bigger mouthpieces, I use a rubber patch because I have a broken tooth root and it bothers me, so I do use the rubber patch. Now, in the other video, I was using this. This is a T9, and what I'm going to do right now is I'll just take this T4, I guess. No, let's just use the T star, C star. Okay, let's use the C star, and I'm going to take this mouthpiece off. And now remember, the C star, it's a close mouthpiece. So I have a lot of reeds in here. I'm going to just go to one that's let's use a 4 Java. Okay, I don't know how this plays. Haven't used it in a while. I'm going to wet it. Now remember, I just got done with a T9, big mouthpiece. So I'm going to wet this reed. Haven't used it in a while. I don't even know how it plays. And in case it's a fail, I have another Java 4 here, and we'll see. So I'm going to take this C star, put it on my neck. And get my ligature, which is just a plain 2-screw ligature. Okay, so now this is a very close mouthpiece compared to the 9, right? There's no comparison when you put this on. There's barely any opening. So I only use the classical reeds on my classical mouthpieces. I never use them on any other mouthpiece. Now you can see here from the weather, this reed is way warped, right? So we'll just keep wetting it while I talk. I might exercise it a little bit on the back of the mouthpiece here, just to give it some stuff. But it's basically because of the weather. You know, we've been in the winter, and it's not going to cooperate too good. So let's wet both. And I'm just going to give these a 2 on here. Hold it on with my thumb. Okay, it's not bad. It's not great. Let's try this other one. Well, this one's a little better. So here I'll put the ligature on. Now on the C star, I use the 4 reeds. On the Van Doren T4 mouthpiece. Yeah, did I say that right? On the C star, I use the size 4 Javas. On the TL4, I used either the 3.5 V12s or V16s. The main difference is one is it's like the filed and unfiled. That's the difference. Same thing with the Javas. The main difference between them is the green box is not filed and the red box is filed. Now these, I guess, are both green box. Okay, so we have a sound. I'm just going to straighten this up a little bit. Now, when you use a close mouthpiece, right, like a classical mouthpiece, everything is really critical, like where you put the reed, where you put the ligature, because you don't have a lot of room here for the tip opening. It's really small. If you compare that to this really big tip opening here, you know, this is small, and plus my reed is all, this almost looks like I can fit a, you know, a comb in there or something. It's a whole different thing. But I'm not changing my embouchure. You know, I'm using some of the stuff that I learned from years ago. I studied in New York with some great teachers, you know, and learned things from Joe Allard. But I didn't study with Joe Allard very much because he was having some health problems at the time. So I only studied with him a little bit, but I learned a lot from him and other people that were, you know, studying his methods. So as long as your embouchure is not constricted and tight, you should be able to go right from the 9 mouthpiece to a very close C star, and it should be able to work for you after very little adjustment. I'm not saying immediately because your muscles remember what they were just doing. So now I just switched over. Okay, well, it's not great. I mean, I'm not thrilled with this. It's a little on the stuffy sounding side. So, but it is working. Now, you have to remember one thing about classical music, too. If you're really playing with a wind symphony and you're blending with the bassoon and things like that, your sound sometimes has to be quiet. So the C star would be the thing that would be the quieter thing for me. I'm just going to try, I just took this reed off and re-wet it, and I'm going to move it just a little bit here. So, and maybe it'll come to life. We'll see. I don't like to set up things ahead of time on these videos because I'm trying to show also you the idea that things change as you use it, or I don't know what's going to happen either when I pull stuff out of the box. You know, plus this is a little flat. I don't want to push it all in right now because the cork is kind of new on here and it's big, so I don't really have it set up for this horn. I usually use this on a different horn. But anyway. Okay, so it's getting better. The idea is that sometimes you have to play down low and quiet, you know. But you can open it up, and the idea is how much you need in the volume if you're playing in certain groups. Now, this would be my warmest, darkest, quietest setup. And sometimes you have repeated notes like Fs. All right, so that's one kind of a situation. Now, I'm just going to change really quickly to the... I'm going to leave the same reed now that I have this working. I can use this on the T4, but it's not ideal. I like the other ones better. But I'll just show you the difference. This one has a little more bite to it. Now, it's also quite small. The opening on this is small. It's not a big opening at all. And I'm using the standard Van Doren 2-screw ligature on this, you know. I just put the reed right up to the top. When I play classical, I like to put the reed right up to the top. I don't want down too much because it plays tricks on you sometimes. So again, I'm not going to push this on this cork too much, so it might be somewhat flat, but well, anyway, this has more to it, okay? And we're making a YouTube video. We're using an iPad, so we're not in a studio or anything. And you can hear the response, too. It's very quick. And now I just played low C sharps and repeated the tones. And I just played low B flats and repeated the tones. You can't do that with just any setup. You have to have the right stuff. And I'll tell you today, with the way the reeds are, the weather, and all this business, if I had a classical job to play right this second, I would use this. Because this is actually playing more responsively than the C star. But sometimes I need the C star because it's very, it's quieter. Okay, so that's all for today. And another time we'll spend more time with this discussion. Have a good day.